Chapter 161, he doesn't show his gentleness to just anyone. Ha Keqing urged her, Xiao Xiao, hurry up and come over here. That's Yin Shoji's car, right? A sapphire blue Bugatti. Yin Shoji's car was a sapphire blue Bugatti. Mu Xiao Xiao finally moved. Coming down from the bed, she hurried over. Ha Keqing was smiling with her lips pursed and dragged her over to stand beside her. Pointing outside, she said, look there, at the entrance. Mu Xiao Xiao anxiously craned her neck to look. However, it was already dark outside. She looked at where Ha Keqing was pointing with the help of the villa's lighting, but she could not see anything, especially not a sapphire blue sports car. Where is it? Unexpectedly, Ha Keqing suddenly laughed out loud, holding her stomach. Ha ha, you've been tricked by me. Look at how anxious you are. You're really wishing for Yin Shoji to come and find you. In an instant, Mu Xiao Xiao realized that she had been had. Her face turned serious as she howled, Ha Keqing. I'm going to murder you. Seeing her about to lunge over, Ha Keqing ran away quickly and jumped onto the bed, surrendering. I was just trying to test you. Do you understand your feelings now? I really don't. Mu Xiao Xiao repeated and glared at Ha Keqing angrily. The both of them chased each other around the room. Ha Keqing didn't understand what she was being so crabby about, and feeling that there was no point in forcing it, she stopped teasing her. Alright, I'm not going to mess with you anymore. Come up here and sleep. Mu Xiao Xiao glared at her, but she still walked over and got onto the bed. The both of them resumed their earlier positions. Ha Keqing was laying down, a hand propping her head up. Smiling, she said, let's change the topic. Xiao Xiao, what kind of guy do you like? Mu Xiao Xiao harumphed, just not someone like Yin Shoji. She would never like such a flirt. Seeing her like that, Ha Keqing pursed her lips into a smile. She continued, what kind of guys do you like then? Say it. Mu Xiao Xiao put both her hands behind her head and stared at the ceiling, thinking seriously. I like the type of guy who is smart, has an earnest personality, and is thoughtful towards me. He will also care for only me and consider no other girl. He has beautiful eyes with depth that look as if they could see through people, and no matter what I tell him, he'll understand me. Listening to her description, Ha Keqing's expression gradually turned unhappy. She looked at Mu Xiao Xiao blankly and said, Xiao Xiao, you're describing Liu Yichen, don't you think? Mu Xiao Xiao froze momentarily, startled. Really? Ha Keqing nodded. Her expression was heavy as she said, Liu Yichen's like that. He's almost exactly as what you've described. You seem like, you know him well. Mu Xiao Xiao looked at her and asked. She could see from her expression that Ha Keqing really liked Liu Yichen, and mentioning him in such a light revealed it in her eyes as well. Ha Keqing chuckled bitterly, actually, I don't really understand him. However, he's a really good person. Even though he looks cold on the surface, he's actually very gentle, but he doesn't show it to just anyone. Thus, she extremely desired to become that one person he treated especially well. Yeah, he's a good person. Mu Xiao Xiao nodded her head in agreement. His background is the only thing that isn't good, can you believe it? If he had a background like Yin Shoji's, he wouldn't be any lesser than him. Ha Keqing said agitatedly. Chapter 162 You're a naughty child. Mu Xiao Xiao felt a little rueful after hearing this. After all, one's background was fated, not something that one could change. Ha Keqing grumbled sadly, why are the heavens so unfair? If Liu Yichen came from an illustrious family, they would be well matched in terms of social status and might have grown up together like Yin Shoji and Mu Xiao Xiao as childhood friends. Their feelings could be cultivated slowly, and they could end up together as a pair of lovers who were the object of people's envy. Mu Xiao Xiao looked at her. Without a hint of doubt in her eyes, she said, even though he doesn't have the best background, I believe that he can use his own skills and become the best in his field. Ha Keqing froze momentarily before meeting her gaze. Yeah, I believe in that too. She nodded. They looked at each other and smiled. Okay, let's go to sleep. Mu Xiao Xiao pulled the blanket on top of herself. Okay, then I'm going to switch off the light, Ha Keqing answered before turning off the table lamp on the bedside cabinet. She was a little hazy, feeling like she had something to tell Mu Xiao Xiao but had forgotten what she had wanted to say. Never mind, she would tell her when she remembered. Good night, Xiao Xiao. Yeah, good night. Both of them fell asleep. She felt like she was in a dream. The room looked fuzzy as if she were in a dreamland. It seemed like someone had created a romantic atmosphere here. She was lying on the bed. A handsome figure looked down at her and said in a magnetic voice, Mu Xiao Xiao, since you're a naughty child, you're going to be punished. What? She was groggy and wanted to look towards the voice, but she was kissed by his lowered head. The contact felt real, and she froze. As she had been kissed. Her brain thought this, and she opened her eyes to see the person who had kissed her pressing on top of her. It was Yin Shoji. Yin Shoji's handsome face had on its trademark bewitching smile, looking unruly as usual. It felt a little ticklish. The thing against her lips was soft, and the gentle strokes against it felt comfortable as though it was coaxing her. Were this dude's lips so soft? She looked adorable as she thought this and had no sense to push him away. She then saw Yin Shoji smile sinisterly, and something hot and wet pushed past her lips into her mouth. She was shocked. It was his tongue. Her face reddened instantly, but the devil continued his outrageous actions, his hot tongue winding around her little one, rolling it about. When their lips had finally parted, there was even a speed trail connecting their mouths. Yin Shoji's inky dark eyes stared at her. There was heat in his gaze and wickedness in his pupils as he said, Xiao Xiao, did you know that your little lips are so sweet that I'm addicted to them? Her face reddened to the top of her ears, and she looked at him bashfully. How could he say something so embarrassing? Yeah. Yin Shoji lowered his head, his magnetic voice making her forget to breathe. Mu Xiao Xiao felt like her heart was going to explode. His beautiful lips pressed down again. I'm going to kiss you again. Wait, blushing, she wanted him to stop, but his handsome face gradually leaned towards hers, back to reality. Wait, Mu Xiao Xiao woke from her dream suddenly with an unfading blush. Chapter 163 What's going on? Ha Keqing, who was sharing a bed with her, was awoken by her movements. Rubbing her sleepy eyes, she looked at Mu Xiao Xiao, who was sitting up, and mumbled, Xiao Xiao, what's wrong? Did you have a bad dream? Sitting on the bed with her head buried between her knees, Mu Xiao Xiao shook her head. It wasn't a nightmare but an erotic dream. Her exquisite face reddened again at the thought of it. What was weird was that the dream felt really real. She tingled with the feeling of having been kissed. Mu Xiao Xiao touched her lips gently and couldn't help but thought back to the dream. So, it turned out that Yin Shoji's frivolous expression could be so mesmerizing when he kissed people. Her heart felt as though there was a little deer slamming around in it. She could even hear the thud of her heartbeat. She felt like she was going to go mad. How could she have had such an embarrassing dream? It was one thing to be kissed by someone, but why did the person who kissed her have to be Yin Shoji? Just as Mu Xiao Xiao was lost in the depths of her romantic thoughts, a clueless Ha Keqing sat up, lunged over, and hugged her. Patting her back, she said, Don't be scared. I'm here. It's just a bad dream, you'll forget it soon enough. When Ha Keqing's eyes cleared, she finally saw Mu Xiao Xiao's state clearly. She was shocked. Whoa, Xiao Xiao, why is your face so red? Really? Mu Xiao Xiao was extremely embarrassed. Not wanting anyone to find out that she had had that kind of dream, she hurriedly put on an act and used her little hand to fan her face, feigning as she said, It might be the heat. Don't lean against me, I'm getting up. She pushed Ha Keqing away and escaped to the bathroom hastily. Luckily, Ha Keqing had just woken up, so her reaction time was slow. She had not caught on to what had happened and did not think much of the matter. Mu Xiao Xiao stayed in the bathroom for almost 30 minutes waiting for the redness to subside and came out only after she had finished washing up. Ha Keqing was still on the bed and had only just truly woken up. She stretched and got off the bed. Xiao Xiao, what do you want for breakfast? She said to Mu Xiao Xiao. Anything. Mu Xiao Xiao still felt a little embarrassed. Afraid that she would pick up on it, she avoided her gaze and headed straight to the bed. Ha Keqing entered the bathroom. Just then, a domestic helper knocked on the door carrying the freshly laundered clothes Mu Xiao Xiao had worn the previous day, and asked her what she would like for breakfast. Even though Ha Keqing dilly-dallied, Mu Xiao Xiao's dream had luckily made both of them wake up earlier, and they were in time for school. After breakfast, the Han's chauffeur sent them to school. The entrance of the elite Shengde High was crowded with people. It was Mu Xiao Xiao's first time seeing so many people, and she was confused. Did something happen? Ha Keqing came out from the car and said excitedly, I don't know, but let's go check it out. Mu Xiao Xiao was dragged along by her. She saw that the crowd had surrounded a flashy silver sports car. Ha Keqing's eyes lit up as she shook Mu Xiao Xiao's arm agitatedly. Wow, that's the latest limited edition Lamborghini. Do you know how much it costs? Isn't that Yin Shoji in the car? Mu Xiao Xiao froze. Before she could take a look for herself, she overheard a conversation beside her. What's going on? Isn't that Bai Meijao? Why is she in young Master G's car? Did they reconcile? Chapter 164, just to make her jealous, how can that be? Young Master G never goes back to the same woman twice. Oh yeah, isn't young Master G's latest woman Mu Xiao from year 1's class S? Wasn't he treating her so well before? Why has he changed his target now? Humph, I guess Mu Xiao did something to PSS young Master G off and probably got dumped. The people who said this had no clue that Mu Xiao was right beside them. A girl, reveling in Schadenfreude, remarked, I knew this was going to happen. Mu Xiao thought so highly of herself, but young Master G would never give up everything just to be with her. She's too naive. I know, right? The others echoed. Oh yeah, I heard that in order to seduce young Master G, Mu Xiao made a special trip to Korea for facial plastic surgery. Her breasts, too, are fake. Ha Keqing could stand this no longer. Her face was dark as she glared at them. What are you blabbering about? Shut up. The girls froze and finally realized that the subject of their gossip was right beside them. Scat, they took a few steps back. Ha Keqing fumed, who are you accusing of having plastic surgery? Let me tell you that Xiao is a natural-born beauty. Mu Xiao tugged on her. Forget it. Just ignore them. Ha Keqing was still angry and didn't want to let this slide. Just then, Yin Shoji walked over with Bai Meijiao in his embrace. The crowd was shocked. No one had imagined that a meeting between the old love and a new sweetheart would occur. This was too exciting. Yin Shoji's good-looking face wore a charming and elegant smile. His attitude was dandiacal, acting as though nothing had ever happened before. He strolled over to Mu Xiao with a natural gait and greeted her with a grin. Morning. Bai Meijiao looked at Mu Xiao. She was smiling coquettishly and greeted her softly, good morning. Ha Keqing shot a worried glance at Mu Xiao and said to Yin Shoji angrily, how could you do this? What did I do? Yin Shoji was all smiles and faint cluelessness at her accusation. You. Ha Keqing was furious. He was engaged to Mu Xiao, how dare he hold another girl in front of her? Mu Xiao held her hand back, keeping her excitement in check. She looked at Yin Shoji and plastered on a reluctant smile. Morning. Earlier, she had dreamed of being kissed by him tenderly and intensely, but now, she had to witness him smiling radiantly while cuddling another woman. She felt as though things between them had gone back to square one. However, she could not understand why her chest felt so tight as if there was a large stone pressing on it. Even though Ha Keqing was trying to stand up for her, Mu Xiao felt that there was nothing to defend against. Yin Shoji's attitude towards her had not changed at all. He was still taking the initiative to come up and greet her with a smile, and that smile still held a hint of mockery and teasing. He was treating her just like before, and nothing had changed. However, this normal treatment made her feel an indescribable strangeness. It was as though something had changed, but she had no words to express it. Yin Shoji's eyes studied her and her smile for a while, and his lips pursed slightly. We'll be heading in first. With that, he walked into school with his arm around Bai Meijiao. Mu Xiao was frozen to the spot, her heart feeling curiously devoid of something. Xiao, are you all right? Ha Keqing looked at her worriedly. In her eyes, Mu Xiao looked sorrowful. Ha Keqing said indignantly, that jerk probably did this just to make you jealous. Chapter 165, You're not actually feeling that way. Mu Xiao didn't feel like answering her, especially with all these people around, who were either delighting in her misfortune or making fun of her. She felt really uncomfortable. Let's go in too. She dragged Ha Keqing past the school gates. She thought that she would feel more relaxed after she was out of sight of the crowd. However, the stifling feeling in her chest did not cease. Why was she feeling this way? Having never felt like this before, Mu Xiao was really confused. Could she really be jealous, just like Ha Keqing had said? No. How could she be? Mu Xiao shook her head, dispelling this thought quickly. Why should she be jealous over Yin Shoji? He could hang out with whoever he wanted. Why would she be jealous of him now, when she had never been before? Ha Keqing studied her as she shook her head unfathomably, frowned, and muttered something incomprehensible under her breath. She hugged her arm and said concernedly, Xiao. Don't be depressed. You can tell me anything that's making you unhappy, and we can scold that bastard, Yin Shoji, together. Mu Xiao lifted her head and met her eyes, smiling suddenly. Why should we scold him? Ha Keqing froze. That, he was deliberately making you jealous. Mu Xiao's lips curled up, looking confident and at ease as she replied, I'm not jealous at all. Why should I be? But Ha Keqing couldn't understand her anymore. She had looked upset just moments ago. How had she regained her composure so suddenly? Mu Xiaoxiao took a deep breath and pushed away all of her confusing thoughts aside, refusing to think about them. She beamed, looking natural and relaxed, and said, "Didn't I tell you before? We're not really engaged, so it doesn't matter to me who he is with at all." "But I feel that you're not actually feeling that way." Ha Keqing was still worried about her. Mu Xiaoxiao pretended not to hear her. Once they reached the Year 1's building, she let go of her hand. "Okay, class is starting soon. I'm going to go to my class." Before Ha Keqing could say more things to console her, she had already disappeared in the blink of an eye. All eyes turned to look at Mu Xiaoxiao when she stepped into class. She pretended not to notice and walked over to her seat. Xiao, Yu Jie looked at her in concern, seeming like he wanted to say something. Mu Xiaoxiao put her finger to her lips and smiled. "Don't say anything and let me have some time alone, okay?" she said. Yu Jie nodded and took out a packet of strawberry milk from his desk drawer. "For you." "Thanks." Mu Xiaoxiao's smile finally showed a ray of genuine happiness. It was truly a blessed thing when someone remembered what she liked. She had just poked the straw into the packet and taken a seat when there was a commotion in her class. Many of her classmates turned and stared at the person who had appeared in the doorway. "Why is Bai Meijiao in our class?" Upon hearing that, Mu Xiaoxiao froze before turning around to see for herself. Sure enough, a beaming Bai Meijiao walked in, dogged by another girl who carried her bag for her. "Hi everyone, I've been transferred to class S from today onwards. Please take care of me." With that said, Bai Meijiao headed in Mu Xiaoxiao's direction. The entire class looked as though they were anticipating a face-off between the two of them. A mere aisle separated Bai Meijiao and Mu Xiaoxiao's seats. The former smirked at Mu Xiaoxiao and said, "Young Master Ji is so nice to me. I only mentioned that I felt like transferring to class S, and he obliged immediately." Chapter 166, Chasing Xiaoxiao out of class S. Mu Xiaoxiao had originally wanted to ignore her, but her words were obviously said to provoke her. If she hadn't retaliated, wouldn't she seem like she was afraid of her? "Oh, really?" Mu Xiaoxiao smiled disapprovingly and said to Bai Meijiao, "You should cherish it then. Who knows if he's only allowing you in here only because he's in a good mood, won't he kick you out when he isn't in one, then?" "You." Bai Meijiao's face turned dark from the retort. What Mu Xiaoxiao had said was the truth, but this truth rendered her in a buffoonish light, and as someone who could be cast off at any time, she could not stand this. Young Master Ji had a widely known reputation for never going back to the same woman. Once he broke up with a girl, he would never reconcile with them. However, she had been the exception this time. This made her feel really pleased. She felt like she was an extremely special person to young Master Ji. So, actually, young Master Ji still liked her and had only broken up with her in a fit for some reason. He must have been thinking about her constantly, if not could he have cast aside his principles and reconciled with her. Right, this must be so. Also, she had hinted to young Master Ji more than once that she would have liked to be transferred to class S before their breakup, but he hadn't helped her then. This time, it seemed like he had granted her wish instantly because she had expressed an attitude of compensation for what she had done wrong. When Bai Meijiao thought of these things, her anger gradually subsided. She lifted her chin haughtily and sneered coldly. "How dare you speak to me like this? Mu Xiaoxiao, why are you still acting as though you are young Master Ji's woman? I'm his current girlfriend now, and you're his ex. You should watch yourself, if not one word from me and young Master Ji will throw you out from class S." Before Mu Xiaoxiao could gather her fury, Yu Jie, unable to endure this any longer, slapped the table in fury and glared at Bai Meijiao. "You want to oust Mu Xiaoxiao from class S? Who do you think you are?" Bai Meijiao froze. She wasn't expecting anyone to defend Mu Xiaoxiao. Moreover, this was class S they were talking about. The people who could enter this class were either the academic elite or the ones with a superior family background. This boy looked like the latter based on his dressing and aura, so she didn't dare to talk back to him. Mu Xiaoxiao stared at Bai Meijiao as she chuckled coldly. "Sure, you can try that. I would also really like to see if you have the ability to expel me from this class." Even if she dared Yin Shoji, he wouldn't dare to do it. However, Bai Meijiao didn't know about this. She thought that the reason Mu Xiaoxiao was in class S was just like hers, through young Master Ji's influence. And now that Mu Xiaoxiao wasn't young Master Ji's girlfriend anymore, she should obviously be kicked out of class S. What right did she have to remain in the class? Just like Bai Meijiao, there were many people who worshipped class S. To be able to enter class S was the ultimate glory. Thus, Bai Meijiao was extremely displeased that Mu Xiaoxiao was still in class S despite getting dumped, and she even had a rich boy like Yu Zhe who would stand up for her. Bai Meijiao refused to show any weaknesses and said to Mu Xiaoxiao, "Show. Just you wait. We'll see who lasts the longest." Yu Zhe, who was aware of Mu Xiaoxiao's status, rolled his eyes and looked upon Bai Meijiao as though she was an idiot. Bai Meijiao should simply change her name to Bai Chi1. He laughed suddenly and leaned close to Mu Xiaoxiao's ear, considerably excited. "Say, if she realizes your relationship with young Master Ji, how frightened do you think she would be?" Chapter 167, They've spent the night together. Mu Xiaoxiao smirked as well, nodding her head. "I really want to see that." Anyway, she didn't believe that Yin Shoji would chase her out of class S just because of a woman. Even if he did, the principal would never dare to do it. If the Yin family got wind of it, Yin Shoji would surely be scolded to death by his family. Mu Xiaoxiao was too lazy to bother with Bai Meijiao. She ignored her, turned a blind eye to the glares shot her way, and chatted leisurely with Yu Zhe. Yu Zhe had turned around in his seat and was facing her with both his hands resting on her table. In a whisper that could only be heard by the both of them, he asked curiously, "Young Master Ji is so weird this time. He obviously didn't look like he really liked this woman that much. Why did he even reconcile with her?" This was beyond the comprehension of most people. Moreover, young Master Ji had had countless girlfriends and no one had seen him reconcile with any of them before. He had always forgotten about them once they had broken up. Mu Xiaoxiao answered a little irritably, "I don't know." And she didn't want to know either. It was curious that whenever Yin Shoji's name was mentioned now, she would feel really angry, and her chest would feel stiflingly heavy. Just then, a murmur of conversation floated over. Mu Xiaoxiao's attention shifted towards it unconsciously. "I seem to recall that young Master Ji really drives girls around in his car. Do you think that he took her to school specially, or, you don't say? They must have spent the night together." The speaker was a boy, and his tone sounded suggestive. "What do you know? Even if they came to school together, it doesn't necessarily mean that they spent the night together." "There's something you don't know then," that boy said with a knowledgeable air. "Yeah, we don't. Hurry up and spill the beans. Have you seen young Master Ji send any girl to school before? Also, he wouldn't have taken anyone to school personally at such an early time, he would most likely ask a chauffeur to do so. The most probable explanation for him doing this would then be that they had spent the night together, which naturally led to young Master Ji driving her to school." This sounded like a watertight explanation. The listening crowd believed it. Suddenly, someone exclaimed, "If they had spent the night together, wouldn't they have slept together then?" The boys all had a knowing look on their faces as they chuckled, "You don't say." They must have. They did a crude gesture that made the girls blush. The girls who liked Yin Shoji all looked sad. Unable to contain his curiosity, a boy went over to Bai Meijiao boldly and asked directly, "Bai Meijiao, tell us then, did you and young Master Ji sleep together?" They had been discussing the matter so loudly that Bai Meijiao would have obviously heard everything that had been going on. She had been smiling, pleased, as she listened in. These people were obviously aware of her and Mu Xiaoxiao's presence but hadn't lowered their volume, letting them hear the conversation on purpose. Bai Meijiao put on a face of shyness. "Why are you asking this? I'm not gonna tell." "You did, didn't you? Young Master Ji is really good in bed from the looks of it. What did you do last night? Tell us, even if it's just a little, come on, don't be shy." Seeing her expression made everyone curious, and they all moved towards her. Everyone was especially interested in this for it was gossip involving young Master Ji. However, no one had noticed Mu Xiaoxiao's look of fury or her curled fists on the table. Had they spent the night together? Did that bastard bring Bai Meijiao to the condominium? That meant that she must have slept on her bed. Chapter 168, Because he liked her too much. Mu Xiaoxiao's was so enraged that her chest rose up in anger. Thinking about Yin Shoji bringing Bai Meijiao to their place and doing that on her bed, she wanted to murder someone. Bai Meijiao glanced askance at Mu Xiaoxiao and saw that her word had had the desired effect. She was even more pleased than before and said to the rest on purpose, "Ayo, how can I describe such an embarrassing situation? But anyway, young Master Ji was with me last night." Her acknowledgement caused an uproar. Slam. A loud noise rang out. Mu Xiaoxiao had shockingly slammed the table and stood up, her delicate face twisted into a dark and scary expression. No way. She had to interrogate Yin Shoji and get to the bottom of this. If that bastard really brought Bai Meijiao home to do that, Mu Xiaoxiao's eyes reddened, and she tried to hold her tears in. Nearby, Bai Meijiao patted her chest coquettishly as she shot her an annoyed look and said, Mu Xiaoxiao, be angry all you want, but what did you slam the table for? Even if your hands don't hurt, you've scared the heck out of me. Seeing that Mu Xiaoxiao was acting unnaturally, Yu Jie frowned and bellowed at Bai Meijiao, shut up. Mu Xiaoxiao gritted her teeth. Glaring at Bai Meijiao, she was about to leave the class. However, just as she moved, Yu Jie pulled on her hand. Xiaoxiao, calm down for a bit. He seemed to realize what she wanted to do. Mu Xiaoxiao glared at him angrily, her gaze brimming with grievance. How could she remain calm? She wanted to grill Yin Shoji on whether Bai Meijiao was speaking the truth right now. She absolutely didn't care if he had done anything with Bai Meijiao at all. However, how could he bring her into their condominium? That was her home. He had really gone overboard if he had done so. Bai Meijiao felt as though she was an actress in a drama. She laughed mockingly and provoked her purposely, saying, yeah. You want to look for young Master Ji to ask if this is the truth, don't you? Go on, hurry up and go on ahead. I'm afraid you won't dare to. All of young Master Ji's women were not only docile and obedient, but they would also never question him about such things. Bai Meijiao had confidently predicted that Mu Xiaoxiao wouldn't dare to do so either. Even if she dared to, that would be even better. If young Master Ji flew into a rage, she would be able to be rid of Mu Xiaoxiao without even lifting a finger. Yu Jie abandoned all niceties and, not sparing Bai Meijiao's feelings one bit, hollered ferociously, I told you to shut up. Did you hear? Stunned, the crowd looked at him, speculating if he had gone mad by daring to shout at young Master Ji's woman like that. No matter how things were, Bai Meijiao was young Master Ji's girlfriend. If Bai Meijiao were to complain to young Master Ji that he had been so rude and bellowed at her like that, he would be very sorry for it. However, Yu Jie had dared to do such a thing in order to stand up for Mu Xiaoxiao. If he wasn't mad, then it would mean that he liked Mu Xiaoxiao a lot. Bai Meijiao felt that her dignity had been trampled over by being shouted at like this. She thought to herself that it had been a bad idea to have already made an enemy of someone when she had just been transferred over here. Just then, the bell rang for the start of class and the teacher entered the room. Yu Jie hurriedly pulled Mu Xiaoxiao down to her seat and comforted her softly, saying, Don't be provoked by this woman. Who knows if what she said was the truth anyway. Calm down a bit and think things through, okay? He only felt relieved when he saw her nod slightly. He said softly again, personally, I don't believe what she said, you know. Even though young Master Ji has had many girlfriends, I've never heard of him staying overnight at a girl's place or bringing a girl home to sleep over. Chapter 169, Going to find Yin Shoji. Why did he say that? It was because Yin Shoji was the celebrity who received the most attention at Shangde High. His every action was scrutinized by everyone, and even the littlest news about him would spread throughout the school like wildfire. Moreover, the girls he had dated were especially fond of striving for his favor. If one of them received a gift from him, they would broadcast it to the entire world. If a girl had done it with him, she would definitely have announced it to the entire world. However, such news had never been circulated since the very beginning. Yin Shoji's personality was known by everyone, and no one had the guts to spread fake news about him. Mu Xiaoxiao looked at Yu Jie and asked blankly, Really? Yu Jie nodded. Really? Do you trust me? Mu Xiaoxiao nodded and didn't speak anymore. It was really hard to endure through the first lesson. She couldn't help but think that even if Yin Shoji hadn't done that with Bai Meijiao, did he really bring her over to the condominium? Even if Bai Meijiao had only stood in their living room, it was something Mu Xiaoxiao couldn't stand. She would demolish the entire living room. Right. If this is really true, I will commit arson and burn the entire condominium down. Mu Xiaoxiao thought furiously. The class finally ended. Unable to stand it any longer, she stood up and went out. This time, Yu Jie didn't stop her but followed behind anxiously. Bai Meijiao coincidentally walked over too and started heading in the same direction as her. It was obvious that Bai Meijiao was looking for Yin Shoji as well. She looked askance at Mu Xiaoxiao proudly as though she was the winner of the two. At the first floor, they bumped into Ha Qiqing. Xiaoxiao, where are you going? Ha Qiqing questioned uncomprehendingly, moving forward to hook her arm through hers. Bai Meijiao was, of course, aware of Ha Qiqing's identity. Her expression changed when she saw how intimate she was with Mu Xiaoxiao. Why was Ha Qiqing acting so familiarly with Mu Xiaoxiao? I'm looking for Yin Shoji, Mu Xiao said. Her voice sounded choked and funny as though something was blocking her throat. What's up? Why is this woman tagging along with you? Ha Keqing looked towards Bai Meijiao and noticed the weird atmosphere. Yu Jie knew that Mu Xiao didn't feel like speaking and spoke for her, narrating what had happened in class to Ha Keqing. This was what happened. Bai Meijiao looked a little panicked and tried to scramble away. Unexpectedly, Ha Keqing shouted at her, "You, wait." Bai Meijiao froze and didn't dare to take another step. Turning around, she put on a charming smile and asked, "Miss Keqing, what did you call me for?" Ha Keqing held Mu Xiao's hand as she walked in front of her, chuckling coldly. "Did you say that Yin Shoji spent the night with you? What happened between the both of you?" This Bai Meijiao stammered. UFC king liar. Ha Keqing was blunt and spat the three words to her face. She harumphed mockingly and said, "I believe he hasn't even kissed you once." Bai Meijiao's face turned pale as a sheet as if Ha Keqing had hit the nail on the head. "Excuse me, I have to go," she said hurriedly before rushing off swiftly. Ha Keqing ignored her. Pulling on Mu Xiao, she headed outside. Yu Jie felt out of place and could only stand there and watch them as they moved out of sight before returning to the classroom. "If this is really true, I will commit arson and burn the entire condominium down," Mu Xiao thought furiously. The class finally ended. Unable to stand it any longer, she stood up and went out. This time, Yu Jie didn't stop her but followed behind anxiously. Bai Meijiao coincidentally walked over too and started heading in the same direction as her. It was obvious that Bai Meijiao was looking for Yin Shoji as well. She looked askance at Mu Xiao proudly as though she was the winner of the two. At the first floor, they bumped into Ha Keqing. Xiao, where are you going?" Ha Keqing questioned uncomprehendingly, moving forward to hook her arm through hers. Bai Meijiao was, of course, aware of Ha Keqing's identity. Her expression changed when she saw how intimate she was with Mu Xiao. Why was Ha Keqing acting so familiarly with Mu Xiao? "I'm looking for Yin Shoji," Mu Xiao said. Her voice sounded choked and funny as though something was blocking her throat. "What's up? Why is this woman tagging along with you?" Ha Keqing looked towards Bai Meijiao and noticed the weird atmosphere. Yu Jie knew that Mu Xiao didn't feel like speaking and spoke for her, narrating what had happened in class to Ha Keqing. This was what happened. Bai Meijiao looked a little panicked and tried to scramble away. Unexpectedly, Ha Keqing shouted at her, "You, wait." Bai Meijiao froze and didn't dare to take another step. Turning around, she put on a charming smile and asked, "Miss Keqing, what did you call me for?" Ha Keqing held Mu Xiao's hand as she walked in front of her, chuckling coldly. "Did you say that Yin Shoji spent the night with you? What happened between the both of you?" This Bai Meijiao stammered. UFC king liar. Ha Keqing was blunt and spat the three words to her face. She harumphed mockingly and said, "I believe he hasn't even kissed you once." Bai Meijiao's face turned pale as a sheet as if Ha Keqing had hit the nail on the head. "Excuse me, I have to go," she said hurriedly before rushing off swiftly. Ha Keqing ignored her. Pulling on Mu Xiao, she headed outside. Yu Jie felt out of place and could only stand there and watch them as they moved out of sight before returning to the classroom. When they had arrived under the shade of a tree, Mu Xiao couldn't help but blurt out, "How did you know that she was lying?" Chapter 170 I have no reason to lie to you. Under the shade of the tree was a European-style bench. Ha Keqing parked herself onto it and smiled. "That's simple. Those of us who are close to Yin Shoji know all about his affairs." "What affairs? Why do I not know about them?" Mu Xiao blinked in confusion, settling herself down beside her. Ha Keqing gave a cry of realization and said, "Oh yeah, you've been out of the country for the past few years and haven't interacted with us for a while. It's normal that you don't know. Just hurry up and tell me what's up." Mu Xiao couldn't stand the suspense she was putting her through. "Ayo, stop squeezing my hand. It hurts." Ha Keqing yelped and hurriedly retracted her hand from Mu Xiao's hand. All right, I'll tell you now. Don't attack me anymore," she said. Mu Xiao seized her attack and stared at her with a serious face. Ha Keqing said, "Actually, Yin Shoji seems like he has mysophobia." Mysophobia. Mu Xiao thought that she had misheard, and she even picked at her ears. In a tone of disbelief, she asked, "How can he have mysophobia? His house is messy as heck. Even though it wasn't as dirty as a pigsty, his room had never been clean enough to hint at him being a misophobe before she had moved in." She couldn't tell that he was misophobic in any way. "It's not that kind of misophobia." Ha Keqing rolled her eyes at her. "I'm talking about emotional misophobia." "Huh, that seems even more far-fetched." It sounded like a fantastic story, and this time, Mu Xiao rolled her eyes at Ha Keqing. His exes could line up and fill up an entire street. How can such a flirt be emotionally misophobic? Then wouldn't I be the Holy Virgin? She scoffed. Ha Keegan was stuck between laughing and crying. It seems right if you put it like that, Mu Xiaoxiao frowned in frustration. What do you mean though? I really don't get what you're trying to say. What's this got to do with Bai Meijiao line? She felt that she should just question Yin Shoji herself. Just as she was about to stand up, Ha Keegan grabbed onto her fiercely and looked at her with her eyes widened. Don't go so fast. Are you still trying to look for him? Duh, I don't understand what you're trying to say. Little King, aren't you bad at language arts? Your sentence structure is atrocious, and even though I've been in America for so long, it still isn't as bad as yours, Mu Xiaoxiao said gloomily. Ha Keegan felt the deep disdain rolling off of her and felt a little hurt. Boohoo, was she really that bad at language arts? She had been exposed. Okay, I'll paraphrase. Just hear me out first, alright. I'll give you another chance. Mu Xiaoxiao sat back down. Ha Keegan put some serious thought into her words before saying, let's put it like this. How did I know that Bai Meijiao was lying? It's because Yin Shoji has mysophobia and has never kissed a girl before, let alone done it with them, even though he's had so many girlfriends. It's just like this. I don't believe that. Mu Xiaoxiao had a poker face on and harumphed. It's true. An anxious Ha Keegan nodded her head vigorously. Staring into Mu Xiaoxiao's eyes, she reiterated, Xiaoxiao, I have no reason to lie to you about such a thing, okay? Mu Xiaoxiao was still a little doubtful about this. How do you know about this then? Yin Shoji wouldn't have told you himself. Ha Keegan replied, how could he have told such a thing to me? It was Shijun and his friends who did. They teased it out from Yin Shoji's own lips at a birthday party held by our circle at a bar.